Is your hair short and damaged? Maybe it grows like it works for the DMV. Do your friends call you Karen and that is not your name? Or maybe you're like me and you decided to cut your hair at 2 a.m. because you were bored and now you're realizing it takes much longer to grow hair than it takes to cut it. Do I cut my hair? Do I just like chop chop, like goodbye? Well, not goodbye, but like just a trim. Okay, maybe not a trim, but a trim, you know? Rest in peace. Don't worry, I got you. Hi, today I'm going to be talking about how to grow your hair long and healthy. So, I've been through it. I have tried everything. I know what works, I know what doesn't, and I'm going to share some of my most basic tips in this video to grow your hair nice and healthy. Tip number 1, cut your hair. I know you're very confused right now. I know you're just thinking about how I just said I cut my hair and I regret it. But when you start to grow your hair out, when you decide you need to grow it out, assess the damage. Assess what needs to go, because if you start off with unhealthy, damaged hair, it's not gonna change. You can't fix it. So you definitely just want to get rid of it. And I know this from experience because every video I watched said to not cut your hair. Just let it grow, which is sound advice, but it's not good advice for people who get split ends. It took me over an hour to brush my hair when it was at its longest because it was so damaged. My hair was more damaged and broken than I was after I finished BoJack Horseman. I love that show. That was my favorite show. That was pretty bad. My hair, honestly, it probably was worse. When it takes you an hour to brush your hair, that's when you know it needs to go. I would have saved a lot of trouble and a lot of work if I had just cut it off to begin with and then started growing my hair, instead of growing my hair and then having to cut it all off because it kept getting even more damaged from the split ends. So make sure to go ahead and just have a big chop if you have any damaged ends. And then also, as you are growing your hair, just be mindful and check for split ends. If you start getting a bunch of split dry ends, just go ahead and trim it. You don't have to trim a lot. Make sure your hairdresser knows what a trim is. If not, cut it yourself. That's questionable advice, but I cut my own hair sometimes and it usually works out. So just make sure to remove those damage ends like they're a tattoo of your ex's name. You don't want that. Tip number 2, wash your hair less. This is when I made a huge change because I used to wash my hair every single day without fail because I was a little irrationally scared of germs and I was in such deep denial about what it was doing to my hair. I was in more denial than that guy that's like 20 years older than you that's in your DMs and he keeps sending you hard eyes and stuff and it's really uncomfortable. I really hope that's not relatable, but also I'm scared if it's not. Either way, ew. But the final straw for me was when I went to get my hair cut and the hairdresser was so upset. She was so mad that my hair was so dry and she kept telling me I needed to stop washing it, I needed to cut it off, I needed to do all these things. And I was like, no, I love washing my hair. And then afterwards I was really sad because obviously she noticed how dry my hair was. So I stopped washing my hair. I haven't washed my hair consistently in years now. I only wash it when I need to. That just proves bullying works sometimes. Since I sometimes work out, I do have to wash my hair occasionally every other day, but my goal usually is 2 to 3 times a week, and I really want to work up to only washing it once a week. Just make sure to have a thing of dry shampoo because some days you will wake up and your hair doesn't look great, and that dry shampoo will save your life. Tip number 3, reduce your use of heat. So this tip sucks. I hate this tip. I hate that I have to part with my curling iron, my flat iron, you know. Me and her, we love each other. It's bad. It's a toxic relationship. Using heat dries your hair out over time and it will make it more damage and it's not fun. It will ruin your curl pattern if you have curls. It'll ruin your hair if it's wavy. It's not a good time. So you definitely want to limit it. I make sure not to use a blow dryer on my hair at night. If I do, I will use it on a cool setting, which sucks. It's cold. This is cold. But I get through it. It works. And if I use heat, it's only once or twice a month. If I want to curl my hair, I definitely use heatless curls. It looks really good. Trust me, I have a video where I do heatless curls, and I also show a couple other heatless hairstyles. I'll go ahead and put that in the cards just in case you're curious, but definitely look up heatless hairstyles for your hair texture. Definitely embrace your hair texture. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous. You can get creative with new heatless hairstyles, and it will be really nice for your hair and help to keep it healthy. Tip number 4, don't color or bleach your hair. So I might be guilty of this one, but that doesn't mean it was necessarily the worst decision. It definitely dried my hair out, definitely caused more damage, and it's the reason why my hair is not longer than it is now. I did like the color though. I did enjoy it. I did enjoy the change. Of course, you can tell my ends are a little bit bleached still. They're a bit drier than the rest of my hair, but overall, since I did good aftercare, it was fine, and I only used 20 volume, so the bleach wasn't that strong. But let me tell you something. Bleach chemically alters your hair, so your hair is completely different as soon as you bleach it, and its integrity is kind of ruined. Dye will dry your hair out, so you gotta be careful of both. Please don't dye your hair if you want to grow it long. It's not a good idea. You kind of have to choose between really long healthy hair and dyed hair. You can't really have both. It's really hard. A lot of people that look like they have both actually have extensions, which are also bad for your hair. So you kind of have to pick and choose what you want. But if you want long healthy hair, you kind of want to put down the bleach. That's not fun. Bleach is so fun. But for the sake of your hair, just remember, don't let it destroy your life like a white man in a baseball cap in that one Netflix series. Don't let it happen. I'd also like to let you guys know that a hair color is not going to make you happy. A hair type is not going to make you happy. A hair length is not going to bring you any sort of happiness. It might feel like a good change to get that nice haircut or a nice color, but it doesn't change anything on the inside. I'd like to just remind y'all, because many times I have bleached my hair or dyed my hair thinking I was going to feel different afterwards. And you don't. You feel exactly the same, and your hair is just a different color. I just wanted to put that out there. That felt really serious and really real. That didn't feel on brand for me. I feel like I need to make a fart joke or something to lighten the mood. Anyways, moving on. Tip number 5, wear protective hairstyles at night. So at night, you're going to be tossing and turning a lot. You're going to cause a lot of frizz or tangling. You don't want that. So make sure to wear a protective hairstyle for your hair type. So if you don't have a hair type similar to me, you can definitely look up a video about it. You can definitely find a video specifically talking about how to best protect your hair type at night. For me, not fun is what I would call my hair texture, but what I do is I wear braids at night. Braids are really great for reducing any sort of damage. It helps to protect the hair, it keeps it from getting tangled at night, and it reduces frizz as well. So it's super convenient and is definitely the best solution for my hair texture. Tip number 6, patience and biotin. You have to remember that your hair is going to take its time growing. It is not magically going to be 30 feet long in a week like all these YouTube videos try to promise you. That is not how hair works. Hair growth does take time, and if you follow all these tips, your hair should stay protected and it won't get damaged, so you won't have to cut as much of it off, and you'll have nice, healthy, manageable hair. Manageable hair is very important, and it'll be super duper long like you want it to be. But biotin. Biotin is amazing. Biotin definitely works. People who say that biotin doesn't work are lying. When I take biotin, I have to shave my face every single day. It's honestly really annoying, but my hair grows really fast. So just keep in mind, biotin's gonna grow all your hair. All of it, not over exaggerating. So just make sure that you have a little bit more extra time set aside if you're going to take biotin. Just remember, your hair is not going to grow instantly. Everything's going to take time, but it will definitely be worth it to have healthy, long hair, because that is completely different from having damaged long hair. So definitely take these tips and put them to good use. I do have many other tips and tricks that are a bit more niche, so if anyone wants a part 2, definitely comment down below. I can definitely do that. If you have any questions in general that you'd like me to answer, go ahead and put those down there too, because I love answering questions and feeling helpful. That is all the tips I have today, and about the last bit of willpower I have. This is the second time I filmed this video. It is currently 2 a.m. I'm about to fall over. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!